honorable professor, respected principal ma'am, and teachers and my students. So, on account of Human Rights Day, we are gathered here to at least know some basic meaning or the origin of human rights. So, I will try to explain from my side. At most, I will give the best, and we'll see. So, first, we'll see what is the meaning of human rights. Human rights are the fundamental freedom and protections that belong to every individual simply by the virtue of being a human being, regardless of the nationality, sex, and race, religion, and any other status. They are based on principles such as dignity, equality, and mutual respect. First, by simple means and scientific terms, we are at the top of the food chain and we consider ourselves the greatest creation of God. So, to respect that, human created long before human rights, some basic human rights: right to liberty, right to speak, right to think, and right to be treated equally. The most important part is right to liberty, right to think. As human beings are the greatest creation of God, we are given the gift of consciousness and awareness, which is the strongest power of any human being. To think before that something is happening or something will happen, and which is something is already happened. Imagine. Universal human rights belong to all people everywhere in the world equally and without discrimination. Another thing, the difference between the constitutional rights and the human rights. See, human rights are undivisible and it is not discriminated by any other gender, race or caste. And constitutional rights is the given specific country's rights which is given by the constitution to every other citizen. But the human rights are indeniable. These rights cannot be taken away or surrendered except in specific legally defined situations. As for example, a person found guilty of crime may have their right to liberty restricted. Indivisible and interdependent, all human rights, whether civil, political, economic, and social culture, are intrinsically connected and cannot be fully enjoyed in isolation from one another. Progress is one area, facilitates advancement in others. Origin, where it all started, giving the human rights, where it all started, from the Magna Carta, 1215. This English Carta was a significant step in limiting the power of monarchy and guaranteeing certain legal rights to subjects such as right to the fair trial. Magna Carta 1215. Way before government was there was monarchy, where a person's fate is judged by only one person, and at that time, 1215, the English Carta was a significant step in limiting the powers of monarchy. At least the people considered that they should be given the power of a fair trial, at least one opportunity to prove themselves that they are correct or not, they are guilty or not. Then came the American Declaration of Independence, 1776, and the French Declaration of the Rights of the Man and the Citizen, 1789. These revolutionary documents were heavily influenced by Enlightenment philosophers like John Locke and asserted that all individuals are born with inherent natural rights such as life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You have the right to be happy. You have the right to think. You have the right to treat equally. The Holocaust highlighted the urgent need for an international framework to protect fundamental freedoms. United Nations in 1945, the UN Charter committed member states to promoting universal respect for one observance of human rights. World War II and the Holocaust. When we are children, our childhood, and the children who were born during the war situation, there is a far difference between them. We have the right to eat, we have the right to think, we have the right to stay, we have the right to stay between our family members and right to wear clothes. But during the war situation, there is nothing. You cannot determine anything. You don't have the right to think that you will wake up with your whole body intact tomorrow morning. And the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948, the UDHR adopted by Union General Assembly is considered the foundation of international human rights law. It was the first global declaration to set out the 30 fundamental rights and freedoms to apply to all the human beings. First one is the right to life, the most fundamental right, which means no one can be just unjustly deprived of life. You cannot just randomly kill anyone. You have the right to live. Everyone has the right to liberty and security. Everyone has the right to have freedom, liberty, and arrest or detention and be secure in their person. Freedom from torture and slavery. No one shall be subjected to torture or cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment, and no one shall be held in the slavery or servitude. During the slavery in 18th century, the Nigerian people were victim to that. When your fate was decided by the skin, the color of your skin, whether you are light tone or you are dark tone. Right to recognition before the law. Everyone has the right to have their person recognized as a person before the law, which includes the right to a fair trial. Fair trial. During the British colonization period in 1990, Rowlatt Act, which was ongoing at that time, it was the worst among the every other law because it took away the power of the free trial that was given by the human rights. It directly denied the free trial which was given by the human rights in 1948 by the UNHCR, and previously it was approved. The Rowlatt Act, which was given by the British colonization period. Civil and political rights, freedom of expression and opinion. People have right to hold opinions and express themselves without fear of censorship or punishment. Freedom of expression and opinion. Another one more important thing. We build government by the people, and the government should serve us. So we have the right to criticize them. So if we take away that right, then what is the need of giving that power? So people should at least have the power to criticize and prove their opinion, or given a chance to portray their opinion. Freedom of religion. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, and the right to change their religion or belief. One more important thing: without religion, people are nothing. At least we should be given the right to choose our religion. Right, freedom of assembly and association. People have the right to assemble peacefully and to form joint organizations such as trade unions to protect their interests. Right to a fair trial. Everyone is entitled to fair and public hearing by an independent tribunal. Right to work. The right to work in just and favorable conditions with equal pay for equal work, and the right to form unions for protection. Right to an educated standard of living. This includes the right to food, clothing, and housing. Right to health. Everyone has the right to the highest attainable standard of the physical and mental health. Right to education. Everyone has the right to educate, which should be free and compulsory at least at the elementary level. Without education, there is no backbone of the society. Human rights are important because they ensure every individual is treated with dignity, respect, and fairness, protecting people from discrimination and unfair treatment. They are foundation for a just, peaceful society. So this is the importance of the human rights. So actually from my side, I would like to portray something that from the starting of Rome, I will start from Rome, Julius Caesar, Veni Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. We all heard this line at least once our life. Give man power, he will try to act like God. From the starting of Pharaoh, the Egyptian civilization, he believed that if he can kill a person and he can also give birth to a person, then he is no more than a god. And also the Italian philosopher Machiavelli, he believed that in the core of the human marrow and the psyche there is an untamed beast who is derived by and who is motivated by his selfless desires. To protect us from these desires, protect us from us human, we created human rights. just to protect us from our selfish desires. And when you give power to a man, the first thing he wants to do is conquer everything, to take everything under him. Everyone in this room, from a child to an old person, everyone at least thought, I should be the most smartest, I should be the most strongest. At least once in your life, it came in your mind that if I were to be given the most power in the whole world, then I would conquer everything. That thinking can be very dangerous. Depends on your mind. And if the whole power of the world should not be given to one single person. It should be given to God and God only. That's why people created human rights to attain that power and dignity and give all the people to treat equally and respect everyone. Because the creator of the seven seas, the creator of the universe, the creator of the world to infinity knows by my name. No human can do that. By saying that,
very good.